All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
My name's Sebastian.
And, Tony, I don't appreciate you talking about death. The other day after that show that we're talking about, what am I going to do? And am I ready to die? And
we're starting off on a real somber note.
You put this dark cloud over our show that day.
I never said anybody ready to die. I never said anything along
Yes,
those
you
lines.
did. You said, because you said that you weren't ready to die.
I know. I say I don't want to. I don't think anybody does, per se. Do you want to?
You've clearly never heard of suicide.
Yeah, I know. Holy shit.
But in this room, I don't think anybody here wants to.
No.
But let me ask you a question. You religious?
Not really.
So the kids aren't baptized?
No.
Really?
They're Christians.
Do they have godparents?
No.
Okay. Kind of messes up my point.
Yeah, they do, Tony.
No. Well, because, when you have kids, let's say in the Catholic religion, you have kids and you get godparents for them.
Correct.
And what the purpose of the godparent is to teach that child the way of God. So it's gotten mixed up over the years, which I learned.
Right.
The purpose of the godparent is to make sure that child follows the way of the religion.
The way of the Lord.
So what it got turned into is people thought, well, the godparent is like the person in case something happened to the parents.
Right.
The godparent is the one that's supposed to
take over that person.
Exactly. Yeah. So in a sense, you're preparing yourself in case something happens to you for your child.
Right.
So what I was trying to say in the last episode was my wife and I, we are prepared in that way that if something were to happen to one of us, our household is taken care of.
Right.
Again, and so that just helps me sleep better at night.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, drugs make me sleep better at night, but I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding.
So how'd you wake up that day?
Not distraught, but just uncomfortable. Like, fuck, there are a lot of questions that need to be answered. Like, I need to sit down and be like, hey, dude, I don't necessarily want to be like, I don't know, dude. Am I going to be buried here? Do you want like? Because here's my thing. Like, if I get buried here, they're not gonna come fucking see me. You know what I mean? And nothing against you. I mean, my dad's been gone for almost 2 years.
Damn.
I've been there like twice to see him.
And the other thing is, which is why I said when you say your parents bought the plots already,
right?
Which is cool, but as far as you, I asked if you bought one, and I don't know if you said yes. I don't know.
No, I haven't yet.
But you said you would, and in the same place.
Right.
And I asked, how do you know you're going to be here? And you're like, I ain't going nowhere. But you said maybe Montana, which is the whole point. Like, my wife and I, our train of thought is really hers. We go where the kids go.
Right.
Where they, plant their families, we have to figure out where we're going to be. If one moves to one state and the other one moves to another state, we might move in the middle. That way, it's easy drive to easy distance to both of them, and that might not be California. We don't know.
Right.
So we can't do something like buy a plot because we don't know if we're going to be here when that time comes. So I'm glad that your parents were here. Right. It would be a waste if they weren't.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. Like, I don't know, like, because, we talk about it, once my mom passes away, we're all going to move away. We're all going to move somewhere. We're all going to chip in and buy one big ass plot of land, and everybody will have their corner of the land. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Milo plans to move. If he does, he's for some reason wants to go back to Arizona. Sebastian, I don't know if he's going to go to L.A. or what he's going to do. If he's gonna, you know what I mean? Like.
And we talked about this in one of the earlier episodes when we even said, what do they know your plan? What they want you to do with your remains after you pass? And at that point, you were like, I don't know, I want to go into a cue ball, or
No, it was either a
Planted as a tree.
yeah.
no, that wasn't which was said at that because the planet that wasn't what was said in that original.
Oh,
episode.
it was that sphere that I talked
Yes.
about, right? Yeah, yeah.
And the reason I know for a fact is because in the last episode when you said you wanted to be planting a tree, I thought to myself, that's not what you said the first time.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Like, I haven't thought about it enough because I really don't want to think about it. Like,
Think about that.
Yeah.
Look, Tony.
But at the same time, you're right. I'm at the age where I need to at least have contemplated it and discussed some sort of plan with them.
Yeah, I mean, of course. You see, that's kind of like the baby step in a sense to acknowledge that something.
Did I have one foot in the fucking grave, Tony? Thanks.
That is what it sounds like, doesn't it?
Right?
To acknowledge that you're not going to be around forever, so forever might be it might be tomorrow, it might be 20 years from now. Hey, you never know.
What, do you just carry around pockets full of fucking salt ready to throw it at me all day long or what? Jesus criminy. So let me ask you this, Sebastian.
He's asking me.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Would you want an urn filled with my ashes somewhere in your house? Do you want to go throw my ashes somewhere? Do you want to flush them down the toilet? Like, do you want somewhere to go visit me?
You
like,
think I hate you that fucking much?
well, I'm just throwing it out there. It's an option.
Even if we do an urn, we can have can't we have something somewhere to go visit just in case? Or do you want me to build a shrine to you in my home somewhere? That's
Why don't we do this? Well, we'll do this. Look, we'll have me cremated. Okay. You can do whatever you want with my ashes, and we'll have the little jars made. You guys can each have a pendant with a little bit of my ashes in it, or in a ring.
So you want them to wear you, as jewelry.
I think that'd be kind of sick to have it on a keychain. Just keep it on my keys
until you lose those keys and drop it.
How fucking dare you? And
everything spills everywhere.
You salty ass motherfucker! Holy shit, Tony! Jeez. You must have really high blood pressure.
Here's the thing. I've said, cremate me, put me in a box.
Yes, bury you with your wife.
No, stick me in the garage in the corner somewhere, and that's it. I'm good. Stick me in the garage. I don't have to take up that much space. I don't have to have some shrine. No. And then here's the thing. Whenever you walk through the garage, you say, hey, what's up, Dad? That's it. Boom.
Couldn't they just do that with a picture?
Well, I mean, obviously, there'll probably be pictures everywhere, but it's more like, to me, again, just stick me in a box, stick me in the garage. Hey, I'm cool. And then when your mom goes and we go together, then you can take me out of the garage. I don't need to be up in somewhere special. It's not that big of a deal. Again,
he does.
I know it sounds like it.
You better have like right in front of the fireplace, and you walk into the room, flick the light on, and bam.
Yeah, no, I don't need that. I don't want them to have to feel like they have to visit me, that they have to do that. No, it's Father's Day. Give me a shout out. Christmas, remember a Christmas that's passed. That's all. Hey, keep it moving. I'm good. I'm all right.
No, you're not. You're dead.
And there's the cruel reality of it.
Right? Like, fuck, it is what it is. Like, that's what I'm saying, though. Is like, for me, because he keeps saying, well, whatever it is you want to do. Well, fuck, I don't give a shit. I'm going to be dead at that point. Like, what? Put me in a football and kick me around. I'd like, what do you want to do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, would you rather have somewhere to go visit me? Do you want me in your house? Do you want me on your keychain? Do you want to?
Well, you have to remember that there's another person that's probably going to want something to do with you.
Who? Your brother?
Fair enough.
Yeah, his brother.
Come on.
Come on.
Yeah, he probably would want something more from our mom than him, but...
No, he's yours, pops, man. Come on. He's still going to want something.
I think I got enough to make 2 12-inch records. Or maybe a 12 and a 45.
Wow. Whichever.
Well, what song would it be?
I don't know.
I know. Be the Freddie Fender, Wasted Days and Wasted Nights.
Okay.
Freddie Fender.
Fuck yeah.
Man.
That's a bad motherfucker right there, bro.
Wow.
Wasted days and wasted nights. How could I keep loving you? Oh, wow. I don't know where the hell that went.
Yeah. Jesus.
Went really high. Yeah, dude. It fucked me up for a minute. I woke up and I was like, fuck this motherfucker. And you come in here throwing more salt at me today.
Yep.
I had to go fucking take a water pill just to get rid of all the goddamn salt you throw. But yeah, I need to figure out. We need to sit and talk with them and figure out what it is that they want. Because at that point, for me, it's, you know what I mean? It's not about me. It's about them and what's easiest or best for them. You know what I mean? Like, do you really want a jar of me to drag around everywhere? Would you rather have a pendant? Do you want a record? Do you want the sphere? Like,
But I'm just amused at it has to be something that some sort of a container.
I'm a fucking star, bro. Okay, and I want to be treated as such.
When he pulled his fucking radio memorabilia out, he wanted to brag to everybody.
Bro, I found a box because I was moving some shit around. We found a box, dude, a big container. And I there must have been about, I don't know, 20 shirts.
Yeah.
20 shirts, a couple jackets, a couple jerseys and shit from different radio stations that I worked at.
Okay.
And it was kind of cool just showing them around. And hats that I have from different stations and just a bunch of cool
Is
shit.
it just the station, or is it like your name and stuff?
Oh, it's got my name all over.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
cool shit.
cool.
Yeah. So it's fun just kind of showing them. And I mean, what's funny is I'm showing him, oh, yeah, that's really cool. And like, he doesn't reach for it. He doesn't grab for it. And like, oh, give me that. You know what I mean? I'm showing him. Milo just walks between the two of us. And, oh, yeah. Puts on a fucking hat, grabs a shirt. And he's just like, oh, these are dope. Why don't
on, like...
Yeah. He's like, hey, why don't you wear these? Because I was like a ton and a half fucking thinner back then. Couldn't put that shit on. The material doesn't stretch that far. You know what I mean? Like, you're fucking tripping.
I'd probably do the Letterman jacket.
Yeah?
Clean that one, and then that'd be cool to wear.
So we were talking about it. I think we're going to put some up, have some of the boxes made for them and hang them up in the house. A little memorial to myself.
Yeah.
And my...
I told you.
Yeah,
I don't know
you're
why
right.
you don't believe me.
You know what? You know what? I please do that. Please.
Why?
Because I think I'd like that a lot more than like them Homer Simpson portraits you wanted to
That's
hang.
what I tried to tell him. I told him, why don't you put those up in where
you
like
wanted
the
to put
sconces in the mirror are at?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little self-serving, but
A little?
I deserve it. Fuck, I don't give a shit, dude. Whatever. It was a fun time in my life, and it paved the way for what we're doing now. So,
But that's cool.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
were you Mingo at all your radio stations?
yeah, at all the
You never
stations.
changed your name to anything?
Nope. Mingo at everything.
That's cool.
Yeah. Well, there was one station where I changed it because I was doing mornings on. It was the same company, and I was doing mornings on one station. I was doing afternoons on an oldie station. So in the afternoon, I went by Danny Cuervo.
Serious?
Yeah. Yeah. And people were like, Danny Cuervo, dude, you sound just like Mingo. No sé por qué. I don't know why.
Did we talk about it on the podcast when I saw you on TV?
You saw me on TV.
I guess we didn't. Did I?
No?
Nope.
I was what, dude? 15 years ago, 20 years ago.
Yeah, it had to be 20. About 21.
I'm sitting at home one day. I don't know why, and I think it was during the week. I'm channel surfing.
My question is, why the fuck were you watching a Lifetime channel?
I was channel surfing,
Okay.
and
Why were you on the Lifetime channel?
I was channel surfing.
Not you,
No, he's
him.
asking me why.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, hate him. And so it's like I think it was like Lifetime or TLC.
Yeah, TLC, that's what it was.
Fuck?
And dude, I saw you and I was like, holy shit!
Was my mom with him?
No.
No,
But that was right around the time when I started seeing your mom.
and I was like, so I started watching it. It was more about your
The co-host.
co-host.
Yeah.
It was about I think was she pregnant?
She was pregnant. So they had this,
That explains why it was on TLC.
right? They had this show about women that get pregnant and then they take them through that whole thing up until the baby was born. And she wanted to be on it, so they wanted to come film at the station. So I was like, fuck. And I was with your mom because I remember leaving that morning and I was like, hey, so how do I look? She said, yeah, no, that'd be good. That'd be good. And I had the three stripes.
What do you
and
mean
they
three stripes?
Just I had, instead of having a full goatee, this part right here was empty. So it was like here and then down the middle.
You had the Fu Manchu and in the center.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And it was cool. Yeah, they came in and they filmed and they interviewed me about her and shit, and it was really kind of cool. There was a lot of people that, hey, were you on fucking TLC?
How weird was that?
I'll be honest with you, it was kind of weird. It really was. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Did you recognize him right away?
Yeah, I did. What? You don't have that recorded or anything in it? You know,
I might have it.
VHS cassette.
Yeah, probably. I think I have it somewhere because I was going through and I told him, I said I have the JFK footage on a videotape somewhere.
Saying that.
I also have. We used to do. We would fill in for the weather guy. In town there in Bakersfield every once in a while. So I have a couple of tapes of us filling in for the weather guy.
Yeah, with technology and YouTube and all, you probably might even be able to find it.
Yeah, maybe.
Back catalogs. But then again, 20 years. That's,
that was just like the beginning of fucking YouTube, right?
But TLC, I don't know, they might have it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably on there. I know my friend. I mean, I'm still in contact with her. She lives in England now. She has a copy of it, so I could always get it from her. But
that'd be cool. She could easily email it to you too, man.
Yeah, right. Just hey, you don't need to give me all your bullshit. Just give me my clip.
Right.
Just edit it down to about fucking 2.5 minutes when I was on.
And so, were you on that long? I vaguely remember it. So I just happened to catch it right at the right time. Just happened to be surfing through it and just caught it right at the right time.
Did you tell your wife right away? Were you like, hey, look?
I don't know. I think I was home alone.
Oh, okay.
But I probably did tell her when she got home.
Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. It was exciting. It was a small clip and all that, but national TV. You know what I mean? Like,
hey.
I got seen. You know what I mean? Fuck it, whatever.
Did I ever tell you I'm in a book?
You're in a book?
Yeah.
What kind of book?
It's a autobiography.
So that would mean it's your book.
Excuse me, it was a biography. It was another guy that wrote a book about himself, his life. I don't even remember what it's called. Backside of Wonderful. That's what it's called. I met this guy. I went to go service the house, and there was a guy there renting the house.
Okay.
From the guy who owned it. He was just staying there for a while. They were friends. And he looked at me like all bug-eyed and stuff. I walked into the yard. And so I started doing my job. And then I left. And then the next time I went, like a week later, he tells me, oh, my God, thank God you're here. And I said, what's going on? He says, I thought I hallucinated you. Oh, and I was like, and I'm thinking to myself, man, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, this is not for me. I don't know. While I'm here, I'm going to have to be looking over my shoulder.
Right.
He was like, yeah, I took some stuff the last time you were here, and I didn't know if you were real. He's telling me. And I was like, yeah, I'm real. So he told me he was going to be staying there for a couple months. And we got to talking every time I came by. And he turned out to be a real cool guy. And then towards the end of his stay, he told me he was actually there writing a book about his life.
Oh, wow.
He's a choreographer, dance choreographer.
Right.
And he told me he was writing a book about his life. And then he was telling me, he choreographed Super Bowl halftime shows.
Wow.
Music videos. I don't remember who. Just a bunch of stuff. And I was like, wow. So about a year or two later, the guy who owned the house gave him my information, and he said that he contacted me. He's like, hey, man, he goes, remember me? He's telling me all these things. He goes, do you mind if I put you in my book? He goes, I like the story about how I hallucinated you. And I was like, yeah, I don't care, whatever. So he had came down a couple months after that, and we ran into each other again. He took a picture of me, and he said he's going to put it in the book. So, you know, I'm like, whatever, you know, I don't know.
Right.
And then again, about a year or two later, he calls me up. He's like, hey, I'm having a party for my book. It came out. You know, I want to invite you. So I went. It was held at someone else's home. My wife and I went. And sure enough, kid, I got my own chapter.
Wow, the whole chapter,
yeah,
huh?
The whole chapter.
Wow.
And it starts off, you know, this guy walks in. I thought I was hallucinating. And at the end of that chapter is that picture of me that he had took.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Backside of Wonderful.
It's kind of a strange title for a book for you to be in. Your backside is wonderful. I'm just kidding. Tony was like, wait a minute.
You really stretched that one out.
Tony's. Wow. That was good choice of words there, buddy.
Moment.
Good choice of words. Yeah, it's crazy that the people that you can run into in life, and if you kind of stop long enough, you can meet interesting people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fuck, that's crazy.
I'll have to bring it next time to show you if I remember.
Yeah, now I gotta find that. I find that episode. Once we launch the website, we'll put all that shit on there. That'll be cool. You know what I mean? Yeah, I had cousins that called me and they were like, "Hey, were you on TLC?" Though I don't even remember what that show was called. It had something to do with pregnancy, though. And I was like, "Yeah, it just came out." And I was like, "Oh yeah, we saw you." Blah blah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't think. Yeah, when we did the new stuff, we'd put on like green jackets because it was a green screen. So we'd go in wearing all green, and all you would see is like our floating heads doing the weather. It was kind of, that was our bit. That was our bit for doing the news, for doing the weather out there.
We've got a friend of the family that it just reminds me. He's a really smart kid. He wanted to be a director. His name's Riley. You met his mom at the casino. She's one of my old lady's friends.
Okay.
From where they used to work together. And this kid was really smart. He is really smart. Computer stuff.
Right.
And when he was little, and when I say little, I'm talking middle school or younger.
Oh, wow.
What he did was, his bedroom, they painted one of the walls green so he could, like, videotape stuff, record stuff, and
right.
He would make little movies. And I'll never forget, I was watching this thing that he did, and it was that Christmas movie with Tom Hanks on a train.
Polar Express.
Yeah,
probably. He had that movie playing on a TV screen, and so he positioned himself far enough away from the TV, close enough and far away from enough, and the camera behind them, to where it looked like he was actually in the movie.
Wow.
So when different things were happening, like he would turn his head, like if everyone in the movie looked to the right, you saw his back, like you were looking at his back. So he would look to his right. So him and the characters on the TV would be like if they were looking at something.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, he timed it perfectly, and I'll never forget watching this. I was like, man, this kid is so smart. It looked like he was in the movie.
Really?
It was such a trip.
Wow.
I never saw anything what he did with his green screen, but yeah, he was a real smart kid.
Yeah, man. Could you imagine if we would have grown up with all this technology there is now?
I couldn't imagine
the kind of shit that we would. Like, would you be hacking shit or would you be doing shit the right way? Like, let's be honest.
He would have done some shit like Weird Science.
Yeah, I'd have been hooking up some fucking magazines with some hot chicks on them trying to bring her to life. That was a great fucking movie, by the way. That was super inspirational back in our day.
And if you watch those movies, man, they're so dated now.
Yeah, they are.
It's incredible.
Fucking, well, even war games, you're watching that. Fucking telephones connecting to, the Whopper and fucking the big floppy disk, not even the small ones. Shit.
You watch, there's a commercial, I don't know who it's for, and it's like a son and a mother in their living room, and he did something. She's like, "Oh my God, you're so lucky to have this fast internet or something." And she goes, "Back in my day, and it was like the dial-up AOL."
Oh yeah,
And
kind of like you had a couple weeks ago.
Pretty much. You had
Pretty much,
shit.
yeah, you're right. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, fuck.
It did work though.
Hey, did you call my nephew Daniel?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
it's not.
I plan to.
Oh yeah, you should. And if you're looking for any ADT authorized dealer, no, seriously, call him. His name's Daniel. 760-218-8948. That's it. Last plug. That was
That
it.
joke should not have surpassed that episode.
It made its way onto this one, and we're doing good. I think it's over now, though. It fucking.
I hope it is.
Yeah, we're good. Definitely. So, Tony brought us these little surprises and some bowls. What do you got here, Tony?
Just another gift from my wife.
Oh, nice.
So go ahead and open them up.
I know, is she mad at us or not before I open it?
No,
Oh,
but
no,
it-
she's not. Hell
Oh,
yeah.
it fell over. Shit. Oh, shit, it fell over.
Oh, no. You act like... Make it sound like that was what you wanted to
I
happen.
scraped it all right off the bowl. Don't even trip. Got us a nice little cupcake.
Well, give us a minute while we eat. No.
Yeah, right?
Now, here's the thing. Those are the regular size cupcakes.
Regular size?
Yeah, those are regular cupcakes.
Right?
Okay, I don't eat those.
What do you eat?
Probably about the size of the plate, right?
Well, the picture, I took a picture of it. It doesn't really do it justice.
Oh, yeah, no, it's about twice the size.
Yeah, it's about
Wow.
2 to 3 times the size. Those are Daddy's cupcakes right there. She knows how to take care of me.
And us.
I'm okay with just the regular size ones.
Can't
We
have the
good.
big ones.
I'm cool. I'm not greedy. You know what I mean?
Well,
those
he
are-
is in different areas.
Those are really good. Yeah, in different areas I am.
She makes them for my birthday and like Christmas, like special occasions.
So it was a special occasion.
I didn't get them for my birthday
Oh.
because of she threw that surprise party for me, and you know, I'm the type that
Remembers?
no, I have to
Guilt.
no, I have
Oh.
to. There's a certain way I like to eat them, which is like in front of the TV, relaxing, watching what I want to watch with a nice glass of milk. And so that week was my birthday, and you know, between the surprise party and then going to my mom's house, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity to sit down and enjoy them.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
We'll tell her thank you for thinking of us. We appreciate it. They were delicious.
But now my nephew's gonna get mad. Rob's gonna get
because they didn't get any?
yeah, because I don't think they've ever had them.
Those are really good, guys. You should have one.
If you ever get one.
Bet you they were as delicious as those little hamburgers you were munching on. Just kidding.
No, he's not.
Speaking of gifts,
Yes.
I don't know if this person, I'm not going to say the name, wants me to say anything, but I'm going to do it anyways. You're going to be receiving a gift. Okay? I spoke to this person. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow. Now, I'm going to ask on a personal level.
That I don't share it?
No. If the container it comes in doesn't make it obvious what it is, don't open it until our next episode.
That's going to be really
So-
difficult for him.
Manny called me.
Oh, okay, you already know.
No, I don't know what it is. He called and asked me for my address. I said, why? What's up? He said, oh, I'm sending you something for your show. I said, you're making me nervous. He said, no, nothing like that. He said, I'm sending you something for your show. Okay.
That doesn't help any.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm not good at surprises.
You know what the best part about a cupcake falling over in its container?
That looks like what happens when your toilet paper breaks. Mm-hmm. All over your finger.
Tastes
the
just as
poker?
good.
Did you say it tastes just as good?
Yes, I
That's
did.
fucking gross.
So
what is it?
Oh, I can't tell you. But if you could hold off, again, if the container doesn't say what it is,
Okay.
Because he told me after the fact he already sent it. I was like, oh, man, you should have sent it to me. I would have brought it in, and then we could have opened it on air.
Right.
So then I figured, let me ask if he could hold off.
So...
You're special, man.
I guess.
You're getting gifts.
I know, right?
Sideshow's getting gifts.
Hey,
No,
look.
it's not the Sideshow. It's just him.
If there's any jewelry stores or any... you want to send some gifts...
Yeah, I haven't gotten any free shit yet either.
So he had talked to me once. We had talked about he had put on a and I don't want to ruin it, so because it's kind of dickish like that if I do, but I have a feeling that it's going to lean towards that. But I'm assuming that that's what it is. Because he had done models with his kid, and he had put pictures of a model on there, and he said, "Man, he says I'm gonna find your purple Monte Carlo." He said, "I'm gonna paint it and do it, and I'll send it to you." So I'm kind of leaning towards maybe that's what it is.
Okay. If you could hold off on opening it.
Okay.
I know it's going to be a few days because I know when it's supposed to arrive.
And you said tomorrow, right?
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
I have 2 words.
Okay.
Ha ha.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
You want to record tomorrow? We do a special show? Yeah, I can wait till
special show just for you to open your present. Okay, we get it.
Yeah. Jeez. Tony lending you salt?
No, I have my own. It comes off.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I can wait till Monday.
Okay.
I
good.
think.
You can.
As long as it's not perishable, we're good.
I'll tell you what. You work tomorrow?
Yes.
You work tomorrow? Whoever gets home first, if you see the package, I shouldn't
I'll
even
get
say
home
that.
first.
Okay, then you just go ahead, put it in your room, out of sight, out of mind type deal.
It won't nag me that much to wait.
I don't know.
I'll
man.
still hide it.
Still hide it, yeah. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely that way.
Yeah?
Out of sight, out of mind, yeah. One time.
But if it were in front of you, you'd...
Check this out. It reminds me of something. Yeah, I'm the type that... let me tell you the story, I guess. One day I was watching... I forgot what it was. Like an Access Hollywood or Extra, one of those type of shows. And at the end of the show, they had these Bluetooth headphones. And like over the ear big joints, you know, and they were on sale for a pretty good price. And so I bought 2 for my kids, 1 for each.
Okay.
And this was like, let's say June. I held on to them for like as a Christmas gift. And between June and that December, I believe the Fantastic Four movie came out. The bad one.
I don't ever remember there being a good one.
No. Not the Chris Evans one.
Yeah, no, the other one where
Human Torch is black.
yeah, and his stepsister is the Invisible Woman.
Oh, I don't...
Okay, I think it was that movie because it was that girl. I don't know what her name is. The Invisible Woman. She actually had them on in this movie because they looked sharp. That's why I bought them. I was like, oh snap, for the kids.
Right.
Christmas came around. They opened them. They were the biggest pieces of shit.
Really?
Dude, I think they actually have foam like off of this microphone, like on the earpieces, like the old school ones.
Oh, wow.
Dude, they were so bad. They were so bad, and I was so embarrassed. I mean, the kids didn't know any better.
Right.
Dude, they were bad. They were...
Really?
I think I paid like $49 for them when they were like
Oh.
regular, like $200. And, so...
Well, that's a sign right there. If they're normally 200, you can get them for 50.
Well, what happened is like a couple of days after they opened, I think my daughter was like, I'm having a hard time connecting it, and I was so pissed and so embarrassed. I said, give me the headphones. And I got my son, I said, just give them to me. So they gave, and I just threw them in the trash. I was just like, just throw them out. I'm done. I don't even want to see them. I want to erase this from my memory. They were so bad.
Wow.
I went to the store and bought them like Beats by
Beats?
Dre. I was like, I'm sorry, kids. Here's the top of the line. There you go. Oh, it was so embarrassing. It was so bad.
My Milo was like that about headphones, dude. Holy
Still is.
shit. Oh, I want Beats. And he had them, and nunca, like, he didn't take care of anything. Like, they drop them. Like, they were always breaking, right? And this wasn't like he wanted just give me the ones with the wire. I'll be fine with that. Like, no, I want the wireless, Bluetooth, noise canceling, fucking
I want Drake to be
Wi-Fi.
standing in front of me, handing me the beat.
Yeah. like he's not just satisfied with bottom rung, middle. And I want. Today I was talking to him. I had to take him down to the DMV because he doesn't have a front license plate on his car and he got a ticket, right? And he said, "Yeah, Dad." He said, so what are you doing with your Cadillac?" Right? And I said, so we're getting the tranny fixed. And then I'm gonna keep it to that way. If I need to do something, or if I want to go somewhere, or we need to travel as a family, we can do that because we're not all gonna fit in the little fucking Corolla I just bought. And he said, well, why don't we trade your car and trade my car in and get me like I don't know. I've been thinking about an Infinity. Fucking turn around, and look at him. Why don't you get out now? Like, are you fucking tripping? I said, what? Dude, I've already bought you 3 cars. He said, yeah, but it's not like you're spending money. I said, what do you mean I'm not spending money? I said, I spent my money to buy you that car. And I spent money to buy the Cadillac. So if I sell it, that's still my money. And now you're asking me to spend it, not only what I spent the first time, but even more to get you another car. He said, yeah, but that's just money you got laying around. Yeah, that I have laying around. That's my money. God damn, that kid is ruthless. Just ruthless. No compass of anybody else, but he's a taker. He's like his mother. Just a taker. And you just put it out there. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. Oh, yeah. Well, here, are you going to use that? Well, yeah. Oh. Well, can I have it?
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah. I'm like, holy shit, dude. It's draining to
Like,
me.
no shame in,
Yeah.
in asking for anything.
Yeah, it's draining, dude. It's draining.
Oh, he's 18. Come on. He's still got that teen back behind his number.
So next year, 19?
Yeah.
So you got to wait till he's 20 and then he'll be back right?
He'll be closer to acting right.
Not till I think it was like 37 when guys start acting right. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, it took me about that long to get my shit together, I guess. You know what I mean? Start doing shit the right way.
Do you rock headphones at all? Because my buddy Rob, what did he do? He dropped one of his Apple earbuds.
Ooh.
I think they call it earbuds,
The
right?
AirPods?
Yeah.
And he lost it. And I'm like, dog, what are you doing with AirPods to begin with? Those things are like $200, aren't they? You got
yeah.
them?
Yeah, I have some. But I didn't spend $200 for them. I don't buy nothing full price, fool. I found a pair of them. I get this, right? I found a pair of them that were refurbished that were $79, I think, right? So I ordered them.
I think I know where this is going.
And they never came. No. Hold on. It was weeks and I couldn't get anybody to respond to me. Like I just thought, well, fuck, I lost it, right?
Is this that website? What is it, Wish?
Wish? No, it's...
No, it was another one. But it was off of Facebook, like where they, oh yeah, you can get this, and then you go there, and they're like, read. So, anyways, Best Buy had a sale on them. Like, they were like $119, I think is what I ended up paying for them, right? So I bought them from there. And I had them, and I came home with the ones I just bought from fucking Best Buy, and the refurbished ones were sitting at the front fucking door. That son of a bitch. So I called this girl that I work with. Hey, I have an extra pair of earbuds. I know you wanted a pair. $100. Okay, cool. Dude, she came in the next day, paid me $100, got them home, put them on her dresser, went into the bathroom, and by the time she came out, her dogs had knocked them off the dresser and chomped them all up. She said, "Oh my God, I didn't even get to hear them." And I'm like, "Well, fuck, that sucks." Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was almost like, "Fuck, I didn't get to hear him. Can I have my money back?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, the call that you were attempting to make has been disconnected."
The whole cricket noise thing he made earlier?
Yeah.
Now, do you use them for listening to music or for talking on the phone?
It's more for phone calls. I use them like I carry them at work. So like if I have an impromptu meeting, I can go sit in the back, or I can go sit in the car and do because they would like to do everything through Skype or through Zoom. So I'll get on there and so that nobody else can hear.
The only reason I'm asking is because of the fact that they're so easy to lose and break.
Yeah,
I can't see paying $120 for them.
I'll tell you what I did do. I have a pair that I've had since I was in radio in Albuquerque. So that's 20. You're what? 21. So these earphones are 22 years old. They're Sony's, and they were the Sony 9.
Right there?
No, those are the Sony 900s, right? And when I bought them, they were $200. And those fucking things sound better than anything that I've seen since then. My kid had the best beats that they had. Didn't touch them at all. And then I bought because the pads on the 900s I'd used them for so long had went totally flat, so they started to hurt my ear. And I wasn't in radio anymore, so I didn't really feel the need to go out and blow big money on earphones. But I was getting on an airplane, and I don't like having the earphones in my ears on an airplane. And my thing is I don't like having both earphones in. I like to hear what's going on around me. You know what I mean? And so I bought these ones. They were Souls, right? Is that what they're called? Yeah. They're by Luda. And, dude, I put them on. I think I paid like $69 for them. Probably one of the best sounding headphones
You're talking about the big over-the-ear ones.
but they're not like the huge ones. They're like right on your ear.
Okay.
They're nice, dude. Really good sounding. Really, really good. And then when we started the radio station, I bought these. These are PreSonus headphones. They're a little bit bigger on the ear, but they sound really good.
I buy the wireless earbuds. So they just connect. I don't listen to stuff on my phone.
Okay.
It's for my iPod.
Okay.
Because with what I do for work, I can just listen to all day.
Right.
So I had bought the Beats by Dre. They're
over the ear.
Yeah, I don't remember what those are called. Beats Pro or something like that.
Right.
Because of the battery life. They were like 12 hours on a single charge.
Okay.
So I could wear them all day. They didn't last, and they were like $200, maybe $300.
Ridiculous, huh?
Dude, they didn't last, but within a year, I had to take them in for warranty.
Really?
And then after that year, they broke. They just stopped working.
Wow.
Dude, I go on Amazon, I buy the $20 pair. They last like 5-6 hours, which is fine. I could buy, and they're $20. Dude, come on, $20,
right? Yeah, you can't beat it.
You cannot beat it at all. And then I got the AirPod type ones for like $25. And I'm like, why are people spending? And I know I'm showing my age by saying that.
Tony likes that one that it looks like Snoopy that you put in your ear and it's only mono on one side.
I know I'm showing my age, but yo, I mean, don't get me wrong. I got the Beats over the ear, noise canceling wireless. Like if I go on a trip, I use those.
Right.
So don't get me wrong. I do have the expensive things, but for everyday use,
right?
No, I can't be dropping.
Well, yeah, especially where you work, you don't want to. You know what I mean,
dude. Man,
how angry would you be if you dropped those into a pool or something? You're at work or whatever.
Dog, I can't see myself doing it anymore. Makes no sense.
Yeah, that's like that. My son is all is all name brand shit. That's all he wants. Like I said something to him about. I was mentioning the fact. I said, "Oh yeah," I said we talked about you the other day on the podcast because Tony was talking about how we used to go to the swap meet and he'd have Louis Vuitton on one side and Gucci on the other, and he'd rock 2 belts, less than $20. You know what I mean? And he said, "Oh yeah, no, I can't rock the fake shit. I gotta have the real shit." I said, "But why?" Because I said the thing is that you're buying that shit. But you can't really live that lifestyle because you ain't got that kind of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you spent $250 for a belt, and now you got to eat soup. Like, you know what I mean? Like, come on. But I get it. I get where he's at. I think I was like that at one point too. But you know what I mean?
All were. Yeah.
But shit, I was cool with rocking fake shit. Like, whatever.
And the thing is, the fake shit was in style.
Right.
That's the point. Everybody knew it was fake.
And that's what he don't get. Like half these celebrities, they're all rocking fake bullshit bags. They're not. They don't have the real ones. You know what I mean? They know. Why spend all that money on that when I can get the fake one and nobody will fucking know? You know?
Don't tell my old lady that.
Why? She all about the real bags?
Oh, she got real bags. Yeah. A few of them, too. Yeah.
Yeah,
But she deserves it.
You sound okay with
But
that.
she deserves it.
That's the way to save it.
good job.
My daughter went for, I think, when she graduated college. She got a real bag.
What bags does your wife like?
Louis.
Louis?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right, she doesn't do like the Dooney and Burke and whatever they're called.
No.
Just Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
That's old school. That's why. Stick with what you know.
Just like my belt and my fake wallet to match.
That's right. That's right. Gotta have it. And then you have that little leather piece for your wallet or for your keychain.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah. That's not what it was. It was actually a tag for a
Luggage?
suitcase. Yeah.
Luggage
tag. Shit. That's too fucking funny.
Got a question.
Oh boy.
Walking Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I watched
I
it.
answer like I'm the authority. Continue.
I watched it when it first came out.
Yeah.
Now, I stopped watching it solely because of the fact that I felt it was dragging on.
Okay.
I might get back into it. I might not. Who knows?
I think I have a pretty good guess.
But but when I was watching it, I totally understood it. Did you read the comics for it?
Some of them, yes, not
Okay.
entirely.
But I didn't,
Mhm.
and I understood what was going on.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones was books. Did you read any of those books?
No, and I hardly watched the show.
Really? You didn't like it?
Not really.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
You understood it?
Man, what's her name? Dragon Girl.
Right. Yeah, I know about you and Dragon.
That's
Queen.
why he watched it.
Yeah.
But you understood it. You could follow it.
Yeah,
but
for
you didn't
the-
read
yeah.
the books.
Yeah, no.
Oh, Harry Potter was your joint, right?
Yeah.
You read the books
Yes.
and you watch the movies.
Yes.
I watched the movies. I never read the book.
Did you understand it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Where's this going?
I had a conversation with a friend of mine in regards to this Justice League movie. And one of the points that he made was when I was asking him about the end where it was the alternate universe or timeline.
Yeah.
I asked him, how did you know that that's what was going on? Because I didn't. And he tells me, well, didn't you read the comics? I shouldn't have had to read the comics, is what I'm trying to point out. I sat there for 4 hours. I should not have had questions.
No, you sat there for an hour and then 3 hours.
I should not have had any questions at the end of that movie. That's one of my points I'm trying to make.
Let me ask you a question, though.
No. Hold on.
Let him go. I got questions too, but continue.
Okay, go ahead.
So why is it that with all that money behind that movie, with all the hype behind that movie, they would take a chance and leave viewers, including myself, because I know I'm not the only one, confused
I
at
think
the
you're probably
end.
one of the few. But I have a question for you.
But again, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead, Harry Potter, there's no confusion. And I didn't read those books, and I know a lot of other people that didn't as well. So why is it with this movie, I should have read some comic books?
I didn't read the comic books, and I understood it.
I didn't read it either.
And you understood it.
Yeah.
You both are lying.
However,
do you know
okay. Hold on. You said that you watched, if I remember correctly, you said that you had seen Flash on TV a couple of times, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't understand how you didn't realize that he was making time go backwards, because that was on the TV show Left and Right, and how he was able to manipulate time by running.
Because when he did it in the shows, it was told that that's what he was doing in order to accomplish what he was trying to accomplish. In the movie, it was not told that that's what he was doing to try and accomplish it.
Not through words. It was told through picture.
So, because if you were paying attention during the and not, but if you were focusing on it,
we let you talk.
I didn't say anything.
while
I can have facial expressions.
I could see you starting to say something.
while he was running,
Yes.
the stuff in the background was going backwards.
Oh,
It was
don't get
going
me
back
wrong.
in.
I totally understood what was going on.
Well, you just said that you didn't.
No. I understood what was going on.
So what's
it
your
just
question?
didn't make sense.
How did it not make sense?
It just didn't.
Because when we talked about it, Flash was running to touch the cube to give it enough power for them to separate the three cubes, right?
Right.
Hey, by the way, we're going to spoil it if you haven't watched it. Too bad.
And he was late doing it, which is why he had to reverse time. Am I correct?
So how does it not make sense? What to you made it not make sense?
Because, okay, good question. Because when he was doing it, first when he was running, he was doing it to generate that electricity in order for that to happen.
Correct.
Okay? Now, when you reverse time, you're supposed to run in the opposite direction to have the Earth move in the opposite
No,
direction.
he did- Okay, go. Go.
Because that's what Superman did. He flew backwards, not backwards, but he made the Earth spin backwards in order to make time go backwards. Do you remember that at all?
Okay, I have a question for you now. When he's running and he says, I just have to go faster than the speed of light,
Right?
he doesn't have to reverse. He doesn't have to run the opposite direction. He just has to run faster than the speed of light to make time reverse.
That's not what he said.
No,
Yeah, he
that
did.
is what he said.
Because
No,
he's going towards what's happening. Does that make sense? So like all of this stuff is already, it's decaying, it's falling apart. So he's running towards it, and everything's going back up because he's running faster than it can destroy.
No.
He said that while he was running. You
don't
can
care.
deny me up and down. That's what he said.
So
go watch that part again.
Okay, I will.
Okay.
But here's the thing: do you not agree with me
No. But continue.
that people had questions in regards to that movie?
Yeah, people had questions,
Okay.
but they're easily answered.
Not easily, no.
I just easily answered it.
How does somebody know who Martian Manhunter is?
Because he said it.
I don't think you're supposed to know. I mean, the guy said, "Yeah,
Well, that's the
I'm-
whole point.
I'm
they're not supposed to
so-and-so.
know.
They made it so that someone who doesn't read the comics, he literally said it at the end. He said, "Oh, by the way, I'm Martian Manhunter," and then flies away.
And where is Martian Manhunter during all this fighting the bad guy?
He was talking to Lois. Remember that scene where he walks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That happened before they were fighting the bad guys.
Well, it still happened.
Yeah, I know, but where was he? Why couldn't he help them fight?
because it wasn't his fight." Not everybody jumps in.
Man,
Any more questions?
I know why you ain't my homie no more.
Why?
Ooh, fuck.
Because if I was in a fight, you'd be like, "That's not my fight."
All depends on why you was fighting.
Come on, too
more
many
questions?
questions. Yes, there are too many questions
Okay, keep
that
going.
left. Was there a different Superman at the end?
No,
No.
It was the same guy.
It's the same Superman in an alternate universe.
he's just evil instead of being the nice one. Like when he first, right before that scene, and they're right there at the monument, and he's wearing the black suit, and he's right after that monument scene, he's wearing a black suit. But he's a good Superman. But when he was at the monument, his eyes were red because he was
Right.
tripping. Right, same person there, same person in the alternate universe, just angry.
that Lois had died because it's an alternate universe. Hold on, I have a question for you, though. Now that you know it's an alternate universe, because several fucking people have told you now, does that scene make sense? Do all the scenes where it's an alternate universe make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the point of the matter is, at the end of the movie, I should not have had questions.
Well, now that your questions are answered...
No, that's why the movie's not that great. Because it left too many questions.
Well, now that your questions are answered...
Well, I think you're wrong. I think that's what makes the movie even better. Because you don't know. Neither did they. Because they were all sitting there, and that's what that whole discussion at the end of the movie was. It was like, fuck, where do we go from here? What's our plan? What do we do?
Yeah, I like movies that have endings.
It did. It ended with them in an alternate universe, not knowing where they're going next.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Setting up the next movie.
I don't like that.
Oh, write a letter to Schneider.
Yeah.
He's
not German.
Let's get him a bottle.
Yeah.
Now he's throwing fucking salt at Justice League.
Yeah, I just don't like like I said, man, I don't. I like to know what's going on. That's all. I would like to, when I finish watching the movie, I would like to say I understood it. It was a great movie.
Can you do me a favor? Don't watch the next Justice League.
If they even make one, which is another reason why I don't like it. Ben Affleck's not supposed to be Batman no more. He already said he's not doing it no more. Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, they change Batmans all the time. What's the problem?
Well, the problem is when I said I liked that, you were like, "Nah, I didn't like it. I don't like George Clooney. I didn't like Val Kilmer.
I didn't. What does that? What does that have to do?
Now you don't have a problem with it.
Oh, they can change them all they want. Doesn't mean I have to like them. I'm okay with not liking who they choose. It's just, hey, it is what it is.
It wasn't that great of a movie because they left too many questions. And then for 4 hours, dude, how many slow motion scenes were there? Could have chopped off an hour if and the football Cyborg when he wasn't playing football.
Backstory.
Slow motion? Come on, man. Could have knocked off an hour just having everything at regular speed.
But the point of the Zack Snyder cut was to give backstory to everything.
Because I think less people understood the first movie, and it was more shit than the second one. I think the second one, like I said, the first one, I was asleep within 20 minutes. I was awake all 4 hours. He said,
Did you watch Avengers movies?
Yes.
Did you watch Endgame?
Yes.
Did you watch Infinity War?
Yes.
Were any of those confusing?
Nope. And that's the point.
Infinity War wasn't. That's the one where he snaps, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't confusing to
Nope.
you? That one was more confusing to me than anything.
No, you know why it wasn't confusing? Because when he snapped, you understood what was going on. A scene didn't pop up all of a sudden, and it's all grainy, like they're in the desert, and you're supposed to know that that's an alternate universe.
Well, no, but you know that Doc had said that there was, what,
Who's
1,600,000?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange said there was
1,605,000
different ways that this ends, and it's all of us dying except for one.
Okay.
Did the scene where they go back to New York confuse you at all in
Nope.
Endgame?
No, I totally followed the whole movie. Because again,
He's lying.
No.
You can see it on his face.
No. Because again, everything led up to these things. You saw these things happening. Whereas at the end of Justice League, all of a sudden, they're just somewhere and bad Superman shows up. It's like, well, what's going on? What is this? That's the point I'm trying to make. There's nothing that led you to know, hey, this is what's going on. We're going to an alternate universe. And meanwhile, in an alternate universe...
Yeah, is that what you want them to do?
Yeah.
Explain the whole movie to you on a...
Yes, yes, that's what I paid for. I paid to be entertained.
I was entertained.
Actually, you didn't, because it's an app and it was on there free with whatever else you got. So
I paid for it.
You didn't pay for it.
I don't bootleg my cable like you. I saw the cable coming from the neighbor's house. Don't tell me no.
Man, they don't have cable. Shit.
Yeah, that family do not have cable.
You tripping. I think the cable you see is them siphoning my cable.
Yeah.
Shit. Tripping.
Yeah, I'm at a loss. I don't get it.
That's fine. You don't have to. Just please don't ever watch any other superhero movie ever again.
I am superheroes. I am Batman.
Like I see why. Like I could see why. Yeah, you're not. I could see why it would be. I could see why it would be confusing, or why
You see, but that's
you would have questions.
See, that's my whole point. Again, Game of Thrones. I didn't have to read the books because I knew what was going on.
But Game of Thrones, the reason why that was like that is because it ended. There was nothing else. Bam, that was the end of the chapter. This one's not. This one's saying, hey, there's a lot more going on because there are a lot of alternate universes. And not just one in the desert. There's...
But, see, that's the point. You're saying alternate universes when it was never mentioned anywhere.
Smashing.
What? What happened?
He said alternate universes was never mentioned.
Did you not watch Batman vs. Superman? Because they did that in that movie, too.
Well, he was asleep.
Who was asleep?
Batman.
Okay, but that's still an alternate universe.
Did you not think it was a dream when he went? I did. You
Nope.
didn't think that was a... Man, you guys are tripping.
Nope.
He woke up.
You need to wake up.
He woke up, too. He woke up in the movie, too, after that. Right after the Joker scene in Deathstroke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He woke up.
It's
I don't
still
remember
an
that.
alternate- Yeah, that's what Marvin the Martian
Oh,
Man on it.
yeah, okay, yeah, you're right. No, it wasn't that great of a movie. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, you're wrong, but that's fine. Everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, everybody
whether
else
it's
says
wrong
it
or
was
not.
pretty good, but hey, you know.
Not everybody.
Who?
I know people,
Most of the people you know said it was good.
and most of the people I know also had questions.
Yeah, but they're fine with it not having a clear...
But the problem was is they had questions for you and you didn't have answers.
Yeah.
We have answers.
Your answer was, I didn't like the fucking movie because I have questions too.
And we in this together, asking questions. And it's fine. But that's the point I'm trying to make again. We should not have had to have asked questions.
I think you're looking at it the wrong way. I think asking questions is a good thing. It created camaraderie between you and your friends that you were asking questions to. It let you sit down and have a topic with your friends to be able to say, hey, you know what? We share this in common. What did you think? Can you help me
You
explain
know what?
this?
You're probably right. I will continue to have these conversations with my friends who don't put me down because I have questions.
My friend...
Not like in this room right now.
I'm not putting you down because you have questions.
Yes, you are.
Hold on,
I'm
boys,
putting you
hold
down
on.
because you're salty.
My friend Ivan also had questions about the movie.
Oh, your
And we
friend
had-
Ivan.
Yeah. And we had good conversation about the movie. He wasn't salty about it. Because after I answered, oh, okay, cool. And what about this? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, he just accepted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I
He still
can't
accepts
just,
that it was a good movie.
I just can't. I can't just accept it. That's the point.
Well, you're not just accepting it. You've been explained the reason, and
You're just
therefore,
being ignorant at this point.
yeah, you're just being obstinate. You want to dig your feet in, and you're fuck you
Sound
guys.
like me right now.
Fuck you guys. I'm taking my ball and I'm going ham. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've fucking answered like 15 different ways. Like, what do you want?
So I watched the first episode of the Winter Soldier and the Falcon.
What questions do you have about that one?
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Just the first episode, or you watched more?
They only had
There's
the first
only one
episode.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah. You didn't watch it. You so full. If you'd have watched it, you'd have known they only had one.
No, because I wasn't going to watch the second one because it got late. I figured I'd watch the second one the next time I
Yeah,
get a chance.
it's Disney. They're doing like one every week or some shit. I hate when they do that
yeah,
shit.
I didn't know that.
Because they said, "Oh, there's four fucking episodes. Cool, got on."
I didn't know
We
that.
were sitting there, we're like, "Who? Let's watch another one." Yeah, and then we're like, "Yeah, no, you can't. Sorry, only one episode this week." It's
Okay.
bullshit.
Yeah, that's not cool.
Any other questions? You good?
Yeah, I'm okay for now. Thank you for asking.
Of course.
That's what friends do.
That's all right. Just want to make sure that everything.
That's what friends are for.
you.
Through good times.
I'd like to point out that I asked you
Through
any
bad
questions
times.
before he did.
Knowing I can always count on you.
Yeah, we got you, dog.
For sure.
He is
Always.
being super
Because that's
fucking
what friends are
sarcastic.
for.
That's right. You got a friend in me, bro. Write my name on the bottom of your foot.
No, because that means you own him.
Oh. Yeah, write my name. I'm just kidding.
Is your wife's name under there?
Ooh, ouch.
It can be.
Ouch.
Love, that'd be a no-go on future cupcakes. Write that down, love.
We'll share.
That's
one.
cool. You keep the chunk cookies coming. We good.
Love, they're cut off.
Don't be like that, Tony. Don't be hating. Don't be all salty like that. That's not cool. That ain't cool.
Yeah, salt doesn't taste good on cupcakes.
Not more than it calls for, my friend. Leave that shit alone. So have you seen? Did you go watch Avatar?
No.
Like you were supposed to?
No.
Fucking did.
No. I don't have time for that right now.
Man, like I'm sure everybody that you come in contact with is telling you about Avatar now, and that you should watch it. At least one. It's a 30-minute cartoon.
I don't even know where to find it.
On
Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's made it all the way to Netflix, pimpin'. Shoot.
It's possible. I might get there one of these days.
All right.
Might.
What are you guys doing for Easter? Do you have anything planned? What's the Pacheco Easter like?
I think I've mentioned this before, where we go to brunch every Easter at Las Casuelas with my wife's side of the family.
I may have mentioned
Dude,
that.
we've been doing it since before my kids were born, when I was just dating my wife.
Really?
So you're looking almost 30 years?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude. That's
So
crazy.
you guys dated 6 years before you got married?
We dated since we were 18, 17. I'm 50.
That's 33 years.
I mean, we broke up off and on, a couple times, in our 20s, but,
Okay. Was it your fault or hers?
It's mutual.
Shake your head. Lean your head to the left if it was you. Lean your head to the right if it's her.
Yeah, you got to make sure it's the one. That's all. It worked on the end perfectly.
You know what's funny, Tony, is I never knew you dance so well. Whenever we throw questions, you a dancing,
He's not gonna
dancing
understand
fool.
that one.
Yeah. Put on your tap dancing shoes and
But what were we just saying? What brought that up? What we were just talking about? Oh, Easter.
Oh yeah. You guys have been doing it for
Easter.
so long. Blah blah.
But this year, we didn't get to do it last year because it was shut down. So it's the first year in, dude, I'm going to say at least 27 years.
Wow. That you guys didn't do it was this last
Right.
year.
And then they opened back up, but it's not a buffet anymore. Well, at least this year's not a buffet.
Right.
And, dude, they won't take us because our party's too big.
Too many people.
Yeah,
Do two parties.
They won't separate tables.
Well, don't call and say, "Hey, we need so many." Have two different people calling.
They
Too late now, though.
It probably is, but I'm pretty sure that they tried everything they could.
Mm-hmm.
But first of all, I didn't understand it at first. But maybe I think they need that turnover. A party that big, because we're there for like 2.5, 3 hours.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we're just there.
Just laughing and bullshitting,
Yeah,
right?
and then getting up to eat again. So that's the only thing I can think of is they need that turnover.
Right. Well, yeah. Right now
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
open and let's go turn and burn right now.
So I think we're actually going to my son's spot this year, the Casablanca right there on Day Palm.
Okay.
I think they're having a little. Well, no, I don't think it's a brunch or anything. It's just ordering off the menu.
Right.
But yeah, that's what we do, and then we go back to my house.
Yeah, I don't know what we're doing this year. Normally, my nephew has it, and last year it was at Ben's house, though, right?
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, my brother's house. But before it used to be at my nephew's, and they would like 3 different times they'd go out and hunt eggs
Oh, is that right?
for all the kids, and then they'd just have a big old fat party. But it started getting too expensive for just one family to do it. And then last year, I don't think we were able to get together. I think we kind of forced it a little bit, but
Yeah.
not too much.
Are there little ones in your family?
Oh, yeah. My brother's got young daughters, a 9-year-old and a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old. And then that's it, though, right?
Yeah, I think so.
For our immediate family, it's just those two younger ones. Everybody else's kids are in teens and up.
Right.
I think the youngest one is Danny's son.
Yeah.
Isaac. Probably like 15 and up. My brother's got the youngest ones.
And your brother's got 2 girls?
2 girls.
And you had 2 boys?
Yeah. It's the way it happens. It's the way it happens. But his little girls are like mechanics and shit too, bro. They'll go out into the garage with him and help him fucking wrench on the truck.
Is that right?
Yeah. And they're little hellions, dude. Little hellions. They're fun though. I can't wait for the pool to be done for having them come over, and I got them their own special towels and all this crap. So it'll be fun once they get to come over and play and hang out. So and get all that shit done and make it happen.
Will you be the only one that has a pool in your family?
Yes. Yeah, well, that was one of my things when I came back. If I move back down there, I'm gonna buy a house. I'm gonna fucking put a pool in, dude. Like that was, and I've always said since I was a kid, I'm gonna buy a house with a pool. I'm gonna give me a house with a pool. So I had to do it. I couldn't let that fucking slide. So now we'll see how long it lasts. It may turn into a ball pit.
Jesus.
But could you imagine how scary a ball pit would be out here? Well, not only that, but all the creepy crawlies that would fall, the scorpions and snakes.
Oh,
and
wow, yeah.
you know what I mean? Outside, that'd be crazy, dude. No way, senori. Too much bullshit. But this weather's crazy too, though. It's not normally this cold still in March.
You know, it's hit or miss. Because I remember a couple of years ago, it wasn't last year, and I'm not 100% sure it was the year before that, but it was still cool like in June, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's crazy. Can't imagine June being cool out here.
I remember that specifically because people were still heating pools at that point.
Really?
Yeah, and it was June already.
Shit.
Just to not like heat, but just enough to take the chill off of the water.
Yeah, because do a lot of the people, do they use like what's it called, a black bottom pool or whatever, or rocks to heat the pool with the sun?
Not on purpose. They don't do it specifically for that reason.
They don't realize that it's going to do that?
Out here in the desert, you don't want that.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah, going to turn like soup, right? Soupy ass water?
Yeah.
Ew. That doesn't sound...
I don't mind swimming in soup. I'm good.
I do.
I've jello wrestled before. We're good.
I don't need to know that about you.
Dog still tied up?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've been trying to get, the word out on social media that I'm trying to rehome him, get him somewhere, where somebody has the time to love him and give him the, what he deserves. But I've had a couple of people, comment or whatever. I have people from Bakersfield that have commented, but fuck, that's 4 hours away, dude. Like, you know what I mean? What are you really going to do? You really want to come down here for a dog? Cool. But, you know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Walk around a little while, but you'll find one up there.
Right? And then I had an appointment today to take it back or to drop him off at the shelter. And apparently I filled out the wrong form, so now I got to do a different form, and then I got to have him evaluated.
You really getting that serious about it?
Yeah, dog. It's crazy. But they're overrun with animals as well. You know what I mean? It's not just like, here, have them, thanks. You know what I mean? Like, so they need to make sure that, or they try to get him placed somewhere, or try to do something like that for him before they'll take him back, because they know once, since he's 2, he'll go back and he'll be there for a while before they take him, you know what I mean? Before somebody finds him. But it's a no-kill shelter, so, he can live his life out there too if need be.
You don't have any... You're okay with that?
I'm not. I won't go with him to drop him off.
Yeah, I asked him and to have brother go. I don't want to go. All right.
Yeah, when we had to put our first dog down, and
whoa! I'm not trying to put him down.
It got real dark.
Well, it was time for my dog to be put down.
Oh, okay.
There's a difference.
Oh, okay.
I kept her till the end.
Oh,
shit.
Wow.
I wasn't trying to dump her off somewhere. I'm sorry.
Wow. All right. Fair enough.
But yeah, it was tough. She I feel bad too because it was a Sunday, and she was breathing very rapidly, like short breaths.
Okay.
Like if she ran a mile. And so, it was just kind of weird. My wife was like, she's breathing kind of funny. And I wasn't home at the time. And I said, well, maybe she's going through something. I said, tomorrow after work, if she's still doing it, I'll take her to the vet, see what's going on. And when I came home, I called for her, and she sometimes lays behind a wall where my pool equipment is. So she was there, and I was calling for her, and she kind of popped her head out. And usually she'll run to come inside because it's hot outside.
Right.
But she just walked in, and she was breathing kind of funny still. So I took her in. I told her, let's go. Went to the vet, and we walk in, and I said, she's like, they say, do you have an appointment? I'm like, no. I said, she's kind of breathing funny. I just wanted to get her checked out. So one of the nurses came from behind the desk, and kind of touched her. Dude, she ran behind that desk, yelled on the microphone code 4 or something. Dude, like 3 guys came running out. They picked her up. They ran her to the back. I was like, what's going on?
You just fucking saw dollar signs.
Dude.
Huh?
You're so wrong. But yeah.
Exactly.
But no, doctor called me, the vet called me in a few minutes later. She's like, she's got cancer the size of like a volleyball in her stomach.
Holy shit.
Yeah. They're like, there's nothing we could do for her. And I was like, oh, wow. Both of my kids were in college. No, my son was in school. Was my son still here? My daughter was definitely away at school. But they were both in school. And I was like, and they're like, she's not going to make it through the night.
God damn.
They were like, you could take her home, but we wouldn't suggest it because she's not going to make it through the night. I was like, fuck. And this particular dog was actually my daughter's. We had gotten it for her for Christmas when she was little. And I was like, fuck. So I had to FaceTime them all, and they're all crying, and I'm starting to cry.
You getting teary-eyed right now, Tony.
Dude, that dog.
What kind of dog was it?
A pit bull.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. And I'm going to sound like an asshole. I'm just going to put it out there right now.
You already do, but go ahead.
Just because I never grew up with animals, we didn't have inside animals. I don't understand that it's a family member mentality when it comes to dogs. I tried. I don't get it, right? I'm so separated from that. I don't get it. I'm good with the dog. Don't mistreat it. You know what I mean? Took real good care of it, but it's not my thing, right? So let me ask you this. What would be the most, okay, so the dog that you got for your daughter, did you buy it or did somebody give you the dog?
Somebody gave it to me.
Okay. So how much would you have paid to save the dog? Like what's a reasonable or acceptable amount to say, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and do surgery.
Okay. Number one, it depends on the point of life of the dog.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, because it's all about quality of life
Right.
after surgery.
Yeah, and I mean, if she's still young or she would have many years left.
Right.
Now, with that being said, we have this conversation all the time. I think I would probably go up to $1,000.
1,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
More than 1,500 would be pushing it. But I after 1,500, it's like my family seems to think otherwise. My family thinks that I to save the dog, I'd probably drop whatever needs to get dropped, and I don't think I would.
Right.
Because I love my dogs. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But they still are just dogs.
Right.
I understand that. I get it. It's hey,
it's an animal,
yeah.
right?
I mean, let's be honest.
Right.
She's a family member, but
But
hey.
only so far because she can't take out the trash, right? Like the dog can't pay rent, right? Like, you know what I mean? I get it, right?
So again, $1,000, $1,500. If
Did you ever think about getting insurance for any of your dogs?
no,
No.
it was offered. I did pay for on the new one. Something because this dog, the new dog, not that we did anything wrong before, but we're doing everything right. Shots, regular, going to the vet regularly.
Okay.
All that stuff. So I did pay. I think it was $500-$600 for like shots and like 2 years worth of like visits. Like I don't have to worry about
Right.
So they would contact me when it was time, every 2 or 3 months, time to bring her in, type stuff. So
Tony, do you buy your dog Christmas gifts and birthday gifts?
yes,
Seriously?
and we did for the last one too. The last one got treated the worst, but yet got treated the best. And this is what I mean by that. The last one was an outside dog. Like if we left for the day, outside.
Right.
120 degrees outside. Doesn't matter. Outside. She slept inside, and she would kick it with us inside. If we were home, she could come inside.
Okay.
But if we're leaving, it's outside. No, we never even thought twice about it. She wasn't allowed in our bedrooms. Well, in the master bedroom. But, dude, her birthday, $20 fat steak from the butcher. And we cook it for her, put a candle in it, sing her happy birthday, blow out the candle and put the bowl down, and she would go to town. I told you when we would go to Las Casuelas for Easter, we take the gallon Ziploc bag, and my wife would put it in her purse. And every time somebody got up, get extra bacon, extra sausage, extra ham, and we just throw it in that Ziploc bag.
See, you ain't that much better than me. You just as ghetto as I am. Because that's some ghetto ass shit. Going into a buffet with a plastic bag, taking home shit. Because I bet you and your dog ate out the same bag. Don't even fucking try to lie. All I gotta do is heat that shit up. Okay, cool.
But this dog, dude, she's inside when we go to work. She's inside all day in the air conditioning. She's got, like I told you before, she's got a bed in my room. She's got a bed in the family room. She's got a bed in the living room. She's actually got a bed in the dining room, but she don't use it.
Jesus.
But she has not had any human food. No steaks, no nothing. I mean, that's probably going to come. But she's got boxes of toys. She got in the family room, she got a box of toys.
Yeah.
And in the living room, she's got a box of toys that she'll dig in there and grab one of her, little stuffed animals that squeaks, and then we'll play with her. And then at the end of the day, my wife picks them all up, puts them back into
Just like if it was a kid.
Yeah. And then every time I go to the store to buy her food, I buy her a new toy, a new baby.
Wow.
So she gets hooked up proper.
Now, you're not a cat person, right?
Not at all.
Your wife?
She used to be growing up, yeah. But I'm allergic, to cats.
Yeah, I use that one too.
Except you actually are.
Yeah. What?
You fuck. Trying to lie to people. Lie to our listeners.
I bring it up because I know somebody that had a cat, and a cat got ran over, and it broke its hind leg, one of its legs. And it was so bad that they couldn't, it would cost more to repair it than to amputate it. And I want to say it was like $3,000 to have the leg amputated. And I thought, the whole time I'm like, why? Cats are a fucking dime a dozen. Like, you can, again, I know I sound like an asshole or whatever, but I don't understand that connection. You know what I mean? I've never had that with. Look, I barely had it with a human. You know what I mean? Like, so.
But hope you never get sick, kid.
Yeah.
So like it's like I don't understand why somebody would like spend that money to go ahead and chop its leg off and let it live with 3 legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I could drop $3,000
On a dog or a cat.
Yeah, that'd be really tough.
What about a parrot?
A what?
Parrot.
No.
Hello.
Not at all.
No? Would you ever have a parrot?
No.
You don't like birds?
I used to have parakeets when we were growing up. It's just too messy.
Yeah, shit.
Too messy and too much noise.
You got to be on top of it all the time. Yeah. I'd rather have chickens. At least you get something out of the chicken.
We used to have a parakeet that was cool, though. He was, like, trained.
Yeah?
So he would actually... He had a bird cage. And the door is spring-loaded. Like, so it comes out... The top comes down towards you when you wanted to stick your hand in there and get it.
Yeah?
He would actually... sit on the door, so his weight would hold the door down, and he would just chill right there. And we would like be able to pick him up with our finger, and he'd just chill with us, hang out on his shoulder. Yeah, I mean, talking this is like when we were in New York.
My mom has had these cockatiels for as far back as I can remember. She had a pair.
Shit.
One was a boy, one was a girl. But you remember that movie with Ashton Kutcher and the dude from American Pie?
Dude, where's my car?
Yes. And you remember that part where they got tattoos? And like, what does mine say? Dude. What does mine say? Sweet. That's what she named the fucking parrots. She saw the movie. She saw the movie and thought that shit was so funny. That's what she named the parakeets. One of them passed away. She still got the bird, but you know, my mom's got Alzheimer's, and so she forgets that she's got the bird. So every once in a while, hey, Mom, have you cleaned the bird cage? Is the bird still alive? Like, what's going on? Because usually before they had them like in the back room, and I don't know how that fucking bird survived in that house. Because again, they didn't have AC in that house, and he was in the washroom in a bird cage. Well, and then they'd close that door, so that when they turned the AC on in the living room, it was just in the living room and kitchen. Right? So I'm like, how the fuck did that bird, like, it's half cooked at this point. You know what I mean? Your bird is fucking rare right now. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
But don't you, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Having a pet, it kind of makes you, like our kids, it teaches them to an extent, like some responsibility, some empathy. You know what I mean? It's like the baby brother or sister that really never grows up. You know what I mean? So you learn certain
giving and loving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you believe in that at all?
I see what you're saying, but no, but then again, I'm not empathetic. So like, I didn't have animals growing up. So that maybe that proves your point, because like, okay, like it's a dog.
Like when we first moved to California, we didn't have dogs in New York or anything like that.
Okay.
We had a parakeet, like I said.
Right.
But that's because we lived in an apartment building. I mean, nothing that we could do.
Right.
When we moved to California, we lived in an apartment. And, dude, I swear to God, one day we heard like a scratching at the door. My brother and I, we were home. And there was a dog just sitting there. So we like gave it some water. It chilled with us. And my mom came home from work. And we were like, this dog just showed up. And we wound up keeping it. So it was cool. Now we had a dog. And like I said, you know, I think that dog's name was Tootsie.
Wow.
And so, I mean, and it was cool. We had a dog.
Yeah, we were never, but again, my dad, may rest in peace, and his mom rest in peace. They were not affectionate people at all. I think my first hug is when I graduated high school. Like I could count like maybe 5 times that he hugged me without me initiating or because he was old and needed help. You know what I mean? Like, So there was none of that. They weren't an affectionate family at all. And I know that they say that, oh, well, you could tell a lot about a person, that it says a lot about a person that you can care about an animal and you can do whatever, whatnot. Yeah, I get that. Like, there's a certain amount of, you're right, like empathy and all that goes with it. But is it necessary to for a person to have a dog to say that they're a good person? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because for people I go above and beyond, I'd help anybody out. You know what I mean? But so it's weird for me in that aspect. I've never had that connection of, and even like growing up, and we talked about death and how when my dad's mother passed away, he never cried in front of anybody and never showed any kind of hurt or anything in front of anybody. And I didn't either at that point. I did for him. It was different for me. But I never there was never really that. I've never really felt like I never had a friend that died that I mourned. Like oh fuck, they just died. Oh, that's fucked up. It sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in any kind of disrespectful way. I don't mean it at all. But I'm just saying, for me, the way I grew up, and that lack of, I guess, empathy is what it would be, right? Like, I just don't have it. Like, I'm desensitized to it. I don't equate my emotions to. So
let me ask you this: raising your boys, did you give them hugs?
Oh yeah, all the time. Fucking liar.
He's shaking his head. No.
Yes, he did.
Oh.
He hugged us.
Although, and if you ask him, he'll tell you the truth. There was time, like when he got older, and probably like 17 or 16, like we'd be in public, and he'd still come and hug me and kind of put his head on my shoulder, and I'm like, hey, you're told to be doing that in public. You're like, you're a dude, bro. Like, be a dude.
He wouldn't let me hug him in public. Almost like he was embarrassed to have a kid. You know what I mean?
Wow, really?
Yeah, man the fuck up. Come on. Yeah.
Well,
that was just, but again, Tony, you got to remember, this is my dad. Hey, you want to help? Go stand over there.
But it sounded like to me you were trying to change that way of doing of your relationship with father-son.
I did.
Up until he turned 17.
Well,
no, it was even before that too. I can remember that he'd say that shit. I'd be littler. I remember we had come here at some point, and we had gotten to that fucking thing in the College of the Desert parking lot. That street fair.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
And I remember getting those square glasses and how, fuck, get off me. We're in public. Chill out on that. I remember him saying those words to me as like 11, 12, 13,
God,
14,
see how you scarred him?
15.
I didn't scar him.
16.
Bullshit, dude.
Are you scarred?
A little bit.
Dog.
What?
No, you know what? I think.
And don't get me wrong. I'm not judging. I'm not. But
judging me? It's okay. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. I mean,
I'm ready for your salt. Bring it on.
When you remember shit like that, it's because hey, that really affected somebody.
Right.
It forced me to change how I deal with people that I love like that, because now I'm more affectionate with them. Because I hated that.
Yeah, okay. See what I'm saying? That's you changed the way you wanted something different for your relationship with your kids because of the way your relationship was with your dad.
Right.
And he's doing the same. He's saying, okay, I didn't like that at that one point, so I'm going to make sure when I have kids and people I'm affectionate with, I'm going to make sure I don't have them feel that way either. He's changing it as well. So it's I get it. But damn.
Yeah. But it really bothered you that much?
Yeah.
Why? What was it?
Fucking annoying that you wouldn't let me show my affection toward you like that. Like, yeah, I love you. Hug.
Dude, I will sometimes, I do it jokingly just to see what they would do. But like if we're walking, I'll grab my kid's hands and hold it like we were walking, like when they're a little kid.
Dude, we'll be walking side by side, or we would have walked side by side, and fucking hands will accidentally touch, and he fucking flails his arm.
You know why? Because he couldn't fucking walk straight when he was a kid.
When I was in front of you, not beside you.
We would walk. We would walk, and he would fucking travel over and almost trip me. Dude, move him over. What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing?
Now that I think of it, I shouldn't be living here. I had a fucked up childhood with him involved.
Yeah, but where was it worse?
A lot of physical and emotional abuse.
God
Now
damn
that I
it.
think about it,
Wow.
But yeah, it was just
When's the last time you gave him a kiss?
a kiss.
fuck. Had to have been before that moment, like, you know... That
What
they
do,
say-
wait, what do you mean a kiss?
Hold on. You know that they tell you that you can't remember anything before 3 years old? Had to have been before that.
A kid? Like, what do you mean? Like a kiss on the forehead? Like on the cheek? Like,
In general.
In general, I don't care where it's at.
I don't
If I've ever had one. Shit.
know. When he was a kid, when he was born, when I met him,
Dude.
a kiss on the forehead, a little kiss on the
That's
cheek.
why when you say that you do that with your kids before they leave the house, I was like, what the fuck? That was foreign to me.
We say I love you all the time.
Okay, yeah, I mean, at least that. Shit.
Wow.
Dude.
Fucking judgmental.
No, I'm not on your side at this point.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
saying
mean,
you should be, but
Dude, like, I don't know if we ever discussed this. In my house, it's a kiss goodnight,
Yes.
and it's a good morning hug and kiss. So in the morning, it's not only just a kiss, it has to be a hug as well.
now
And then at night, it's just a kiss.
at night, it's usually we've made dinner and we're gonna go to our respective places to eat. Give each other, hey, thanks for making dinner.
Look, a
Thanks for
little
making dinner.
half side hug
Yeah,
in passing.
Okay. I can
love
see
you.
it.
Have a good night. See you in the morning.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, you know. But I just didn't like the response of, when's the last time you gave him a kiss? A kiss?
Yeah,
I mean, wow. Okay.
dude. My dad was I was 47 when he passed away.
Yeah.
I don't.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago. I think so. I don't ever remember him kissing me. Ever.
Does it bother you?
No. I didn't know any better. None of the people that I grew up with out here, their parents kissed them like that. Ever. Never, ever saw that from anybody anywhere in this neighborhood. But you got to remember, my dad comes from a family of 10, 8 boys, 2 girls, and a single mom. So there was no love. There was no coddling. There was
let
no.
me ask you this.
Huh?
Is your brother the same way with his daughters?
I don't know.
How about your nephews or your...
I know that my brother hugs them. I don't know how often he gives them.
I've seen him do it before, yeah.
Yeah.
even the 9-year-old?
Yeah, both of them.
Because she might have aged out already, according to you.
Well, but for me, like,
Well, but then again, they're girls. And I think that's why he didn't do it with us, is because we're boys.
right. And for me, when they came to live with me, all right, they had all the coddling and loving and all the la bullshit with their mom. Time to man the fuck
It's
up.
like
Let's
living in
work.
a concentration camp.
I can see that. I can see because your ex-wife went on a scale of like if 0 is the middle, if she went on a scale up to 5, you felt that you had to go to -5 to balance it out.
He feels like he had to go to -10.
Not shut up. Not so much like
Well, because like for example, my wife, when the kids were growing up, she would coddle them a lot.
yes.
And so I felt that I had to go the extra, more stricter,
Good cop,
more
bad cop.
rigid to kind of combat it.
For me, it was maybe it was that ideology, but from a different perspective, because for him, it was he had no confidence. There was never any, hey, good job. Hey, keep trying that. Hey, try it this way. Do this, do that.
Dude, I had so much shit that I was into when I was a kid. Like, I tried drawing, and I thought I was, like, pretty good at doing shit with, like, Legos and building shit like that. No interest up there. Oh, cool. Go away. Basically, is how that felt.
From your mom.
Yeah. And then, like, I kind of let the Lego shit fall to the wayside because of, like, that's for kids, whatever.
Which is what she was, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that was her, I made him give away all of his Legos because he's too old to be playing with that. What are you fucking talking about, dude? Like that engineers still use them. There's people that make fucking cities in buildings out of fucking Legos. Like, all of that is artistic shit. Let him have his, like, for me, growing up, I would stand in front of the mirror and do voices all the fucking time. I mean, you remember I was always doing bullshit like that. That was his outlet. That was his creative outlet, was to either draw or to do Legos. And when you take that away from somebody that needs that likes that grows with that, you stifle them. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yeah, it was kind of along that same vein, but yeah, she basically, like, it wasn't that she'd, like, convinced me to do it. They were just gone. She gave them to somebody that I played with a long time ago. And then same thing with drawings. Like, I got excited when we had, like, projects for school that involved, like, art style shit, because I'd love to do that. So, like, there was an English class that I had my senior year that every writing project we did had to have something artistic along with it. I fucking loved that class. I still have some of the drawings that I did for it.
Right.
I thought they were sick as hell. But it was like, oh, okay, that looks cool. Like, move on. Basically.
Like, there was never any, well, you know what, let me get you a book and show you how to draw with perspective and linear lines and how to change your view, your scope of view or whatever. You know what I mean? That way it funnels down to a point so that you can show the longevity of your picture and all that kind of. There was never any kind of nurturing of the artistic side. And part of that was because, her dad was always a teacher. He became a teacher, stayed a teacher, retired a teacher, and would still teach if he was able to. Well, I was not that person. When she married me, I think the longest job I've ever held was 6 years, because I get bored. And in radio, it was always, it's a move to get to a bigger market. It's a move to make more money. It's a move to get more known. It's a move to take that and move into doing voiceovers, or moving into doing movies, or moving into bigger stardom. Like, that was a catalyst for me, right? That was my ideology. Like, that was, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go here, I'm going to do this, and then bam, I'm going to blow up, and I'm going to be fucking fluffy. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of ideology. She wouldn't allow him to kind of do that, because to her, it was too scary. It was no, you need something that's every day and blah, 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 same job, and get a job and retire from it. Well, first of all, those days are kind of long gone, like, for the most part. You know what I mean? Right. Like, I think there are still a few jobs left that you can do that. Days of, hey, get a fucking county job, work there your entire life, and retire. There's no need for people to do that anymore, because there's so much freedom with the internet and with YouTube and fucking TikTok and all these other different places, even with his music. Like, there's so much shit out there for people that have a talent to be able to really hone their skill and make a living at it. There's no reason why you can't. You know what I mean? But you have to allow them to have that freedom to figure themselves out to do that, so that they can figure out what their niche is, their niche, whatever the hell you want to call it. So when he first moved down here, wasn't self-confident, didn't like, he would come to me with his drawings and I'd be like, hey, that's pretty good, but maybe this or that, or yeah, try it again, keep drawing it, keep trying it out, and change this or do that or whatever. And he would, and he'd sit and he'd draw, and we'd buy him books and buy him fucking like the big art pads for him to draw and do all kinds of shit. I bought him pens so that he could learn how to do stipple shading and all that other bullshit. And Legos, we got him Legos again for him to build shit. Like, he'll sit and build, like when Pirates came out, like that was a bit like he loved building ships, and he would sit there for hours by himself, and he could build you, he could look at the pieces that he had and manipulate them to build you a ship. You know what I mean? Like, he had that vision. You can't stifle somebody that has vision like that can look at something and create something out of nothing, because you take everything that they are when you do that. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So for me, when he came here, that was more important than the love. Because I told him, I said, listen, you come here, I'm not a soft
Wait, more important than the what?
Than the loving coddling that she was doing. Like, I told her, look, if you come here, I'm not a soft place to land. I'm not. And I don't know how to be that for you, because I've never been that way. I can't be that for you. I said, but what I can do is teach you how to be a man, and I can teach you how to do this, and how to do that. And he's a totally different person than he was when he first got here. He's confident. I mean, dude, he's 21 and sat around a table with people our own age and is able to have a conversation and be able to articulate himself and hold his own with adults, and have those adults treat him like an adult. You know what I mean? When we left that night after the casino, where your wife's birthday, I told him, I said, do you realize what happened? Did you see it? Do you grasp it? He said, what do you mean? I said, all those people brought you into their little circle. They brought you into their little world, and they treated you like an adult. They treated you like an equal. They all sat, they listened to you, they talked to you, they expressed themselves to you, and you did the same back.
But that's what people do.
Well, but they don't always do it with 21-year-olds. Like, there's very few 21-year-olds that can sit at a table with adults like that and be able to hold their own with those people. You know what I mean? Not that it was any kind of challenging conversation or anything that night, but it was just being accepted as an adult. Does it make sense?
No, because when you're 21, you are an adult. So, I mean, I think it's the maturity level of the actual person, because obviously if the 21-year-old is immature, then yeah, they're not going to have a conversation with him because he's acting like a kid. But, I mean, it might be half and half. Half 21-year-olds act immature, the other half don't. He's not one that acts immature. There aren't, I don't know too many 21-year-olds, but I don't know too many that would act immaturely either. So I'm just saying, he's an adult, and he was with adults, and adults conversate. So I don't know.
Well, maybe it's the 21-year-olds that I've been around that have not been treated as adults and sit down at an adult table and be able to sit, normally because they're off with the other 21-year-olds.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe that was more of it. But even then, for him to sit down and be able to fit into the conversation and hold himself with everybody else and then treat him that way, to me that was big for him, because when he first got here, there's no way, right, that you would have been able to sit at that table and talk. He wouldn't have had the confidence.
I would have found my quickest way off of that table and somewhere else.
How old were you when you came down? That you were talking about that you wouldn't have been able to do this?
17.
Okay.
Yeah, 17.
The way you were at 17, if you were that way at 21 and just moved here when you were 21, you're saying you wouldn't have been able to sit at that table?
I would have been able to sit at the table, but I wouldn't have talked to nobody. I wouldn't have said anything. And I would have found my quickest way of getting away from that table.
Mm.
What do you mean?
I'm just
He's gathering his salt. Hold on.
no. I'm just trying to figure out your how you were living up with your mom to be so sheltered, to be so.
Well, because he was held back, he was never pushed forward by them. He was, at least that's what it seems like from what I was told or whatever. How he acted, and what the difference was for him here. Like he was never pushed forward. He was never made to figure things out. He was never taught how to figure things out. He was never given the tools to deal with people. Would that be?
Yeah.
Because his mother didn't know how to do that. Because she was filled with anxiety. She wasn't able to give him the tools to be able to go out and thrive in that kind of situation.
Okay. Well, I see him as an adult. And I think that's where that's where you and I are disconnecting, because I didn't know him when he was like that.
Right.
So I see him as a 21-year-old, a regular 21-year-old. So when you say, well, he was able to sit at that table and conversate, I'm thinking to myself, why wouldn't he have?
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe had I known him at that when he first came down and saw his progression,
I could talk to him the fucking 3 years that you were here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It was better that you waited until you got this Sebastian. That's what I was waiting for was this Sebastian as opposed to the one that was when he first got here. So
yeah, I think that's kind of my apologies. I think maybe that's what I probably should have said, is because meeting him, I'm thinking to myself, what do you mean? Of course he could have a conversation. Why
right.
the fuck couldn't he?
Right. Well, and then again, I look at it from the perspective of my family and how they are, and I don't think that. But and I look at myself at 21. There's no fucking way I would have sat down at I mean, I guess I would have, but maybe not.
I mean, I know I could have.
Right.
Would I have wanted to sit at a table with 45, 50-year-olds?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah, he's an old soul.
Yeah, I would have, especially where you guys were sitting, I would have looked at the bar with the people across the way and say, I think I might have a little better time over there than with the old fogies over here. But I still could have sat there and had a conversation with them, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I might not have wanted to, but I mean,
Right.
And if I was Seabass and I was at the casino with you, I'd have probably been like, do I sit here with these old fogies and my dad that doesn't let me show affection towards him, or should I go to that bar over there and have a good time? You see what I'm saying?
What's good about that is that I love him enough to let him go to that other bar if he wanted to.
I could have probably gone anywhere in that casino, and he probably wouldn't have given a shit. Probably would have been like, are you sure you don't want to sit here and get to know everybody else? But
yeah, I mean,
yeah, he would have babied you a little bit more. Yeah.
But I've always let him go do what you got to do. Go figure it out. Like, that's what it's about. Like, go. You got to learn.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You know what I mean?
I get it.
And he's learned a lot different than Milo. Like, Milo, I told go learn. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, see you later. Now I never fucking see him. You know what I mean? So, but Sebastian's different. I think he takes a look at what the outcome is and who he is and how he fits in it. And if he doesn't, then it doesn't interest him. And he's very black and white with what he thinks about and what's right and what's wrong. And if it's not what he wants to do, you're not going to fucking get him to do it. Plain and simple. Or you could tell him whatever the fuck you want, but he's going, okay, and? You know what I mean? Which, dude, for him to be 21 and to be able to put his feet on the ground and say, I don't give a shit what you say, I'm not going to do it. That's huge. Because there's not a lot of 21-year-olds that can stand that peer pressure or, worldly pressures and change or do things that they might normally not do. Agreed?
Yeah.
So I give you credit for that.
Thanks.
I couldn't have done it. I was off and running and doing all kinds of dumb shit, you know?
I've heard your stories.
Yeah.
And your brother's
Fuck,
stories.
it was fun though. Goddamn. You know what I mean? Don't live your life and be a what if person.
Yeah.
Yep. If there's something you want to do, go fucking do it and figure it out. Because the last thing you want to do is, man, what if I would have gone and done blah, blah, blah. What if I would have... There's no going back. You can't turn back the hands of time. If it's there and you want to do it and you want to figure it out, get her done.
Yup.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there anything you regret not doing?
Oh, of course. I mean, I regret not going to college. I regret,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have done very well in college had I applied myself to go.
Right. But you were like, you knew that if you would have gone, you'd have just fucked it off. And,
Yeah. I mean, I went to COD and fucked it off, so.
Yeah. That's kind of how I was. I was fucking up in high school there towards the end. Anyways, my mom was just like, dude, just fucking graduate, please. Just get a high school diploma. That's all you. After that, I won't bug you about going to college, although you should go. But if you don't want to go, I get it.
I think had I been pushed to go to college, because it was never a conversation in the household. And I'm not blaming my mom, but, I mean, had she pushed me.
Sounds like you're blaming her. I'm just kidding.
Had she pushed, had the conversation been there, I think, so.
It'd be
I just never
different.
went- yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, dude. That totally makes sense.
Which is why when we had kids, it was going to college, going to college, going to college. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
You ever hear of the AVID program? Mm-hmm. Dude, I had no idea what it was. My daughter, when she was a freshman, she wanted to go into the AVID program with something in regards to college.
Yeah.
We were like, all right, there was a parent meeting, so we went. Once I found out what it was,
You're going.
You need to get into this.
Yeah.
You need to do what you need to do. You need to be in this.
Yeah.
Dude, it was the best thing in the world because I can't have a conversation. My wife and I could not have a conversation about college to our kids because we never went. We
Right.
don't know what it takes to get in there. We don't know anything.
Yeah.
We don't even know how to fill out the forms for you to go to college.
Yeah.
And Avid took care of all that. Dude,
Really?
Oh, Avid is the best thing in the world.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh, my God.
we growing up either we didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck. My mom had a 4th grade education, and my dad had dropped out halfway through his senior year. He didn't graduate high school until I was in the fucking 9th grade. He went back and got his GED. You know what I mean? So I get it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't there, and they didn't know anything about it. And that's kind of what we had talked about before. Is when you're talking about long money, and you're talking about familial wealth and generational wealth, we have to right now. We have to start that for our kids because we weren't taught that. So whatever we've learned up until this point, and we continue to learn, we share it with our kids, and we give it to them, and let them build it. And at some point, there will be familial wealth. But until we figure it out and share it with them, it'll never happen.
I wouldn't say I at our 30th high school reunion.
Yeah.
The other reunions, they were kind of big.
Right.
To where you chit chat catch up with people just real quick, and but because there's just so many people that you tended just to hang out with your clique, and then but this one, because it was small,
Right.
everyone was at the dinner, everyone was at one long table, so you were kind of forced to talk to who was in front of you.
Right.
And I was lucky enough to talk to people that I had went to elementary school with.
Oh, wow.
And they were telling me, we were talking about like after high school what they did, and I could not believe all these people that went to college.
Yeah.
And dude, I was feeling so bad about myself. Dude, I was just like, you went what? Yeah, I went to San Jose State. I was like,
Yeah.
Really? Oh yeah, I went to, and I was like, really? I was like, and here I am. You know what I mean? I was just
Right.
like, My old lady had to get me out of the funk. I was in the funk for a couple of days.
Oh, after that, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it was
Yeah, because you beat yourself up about like, man, I really chose the hard way to live.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Because we're both the kind of people that we can mingle in any circle. We can go in and figure out how to make ourselves work in any. Now, could you imagine if we were educated and we're able to have that same network, the kind of shit we could have gotten done by this point in our life? You know what I mean? Like, do you remember Christy, the girl that white girl that Manny had dated in high school?
Christy,
white girl.
wasn't she younger than us though?
Yeah, like a year.
Was it high school?
Maybe after high school.
Yeah, it was after high school.
Yeah. Well, anyways, she, dude, the girl went into the military.
Yeah, okay, it's that girl. Yeah,
Yeah,
She was actually a couple of years younger than us.
Yeah. Fly back in the day. Not that she's not flying out, but
I haven't seen
anyways, so she went into the military. She retired from the military at 40. She's gotten another job now that she's out. Not that she needs it, because she's got her military retirement fully vested, so she gets it all, right? So she got another job. She could work another 20 years and retire from that job and have yet another retirement income.
Wow.
So she set herself up really, really well. But I think that was one of my misgivings coming up, is always right now. What do I need to do right now? What do I need to do to get through today? And maybe half of tomorrow. And I never thought past that.
Right.
It took me a long time to get to that point, to think of, next day, next year, next, 2 years, whatever. I could never see past today. You know what I mean? And had I been able to do that at graduation or before we graduated high school, I probably would have been pulled my head out of my ass to go to college. And
that's what I was talking about in regards to, had the conversation been in the household.
Yeah.
It's like the conversation is, this is not the last step. Don't think you still got to go to college. That's what it takes nowadays. And
right.
Don't think because you graduate high school you're done. No,
Yeah, it's tough because I was thick-headed and I was fuck, dude. I was let at 13, 14-year-old run the streets to see what was out there so that I could deal with whatever came my way. And unfortunately, that also set me up for what? What are you going to tell me? I've been doing it by myself, like, you know what I mean? Like that attitude of, fuck it, I got it figured out now. You know what I mean? I've been running this shit. I know what's going on. I know what's happening. I know how to do shit. Like, I remember freshman year in high school, sophomore year maybe, I had gone to school. My dad said, don't have none of your fucking teachers call me, because if they call me, I'm just going to hand you the phone. You're a man. You deal with it. They don't need to call me. Figure your shit out. So I was like, really? So, yeah, I'm not going to talk to nobody. Okay, cool. Fucking right on. So I went to school, and sure enough, I was a shithead to a teacher. Oh, I'm going to call your dad. I'm going to call your parents. Go ahead. They're just going to hand me the phone. And she tested me that night. She called the house. And she said, my dad, I sat there at the table with him, and she's talking to him. She said, I don't know why you're telling me. Talk to him. He a man. Your problem's with him, not me. Handed me the phone. Hello. Says, hello, this is Mingo. Can I help you? So needless to say, I didn't do that well in that class because she wasn't that happy about that shit. But like, that was the kind of shit that, we were taught growing up. Deal with your shit.
Well, not me. I mean, I just tried to hide everything from my mom.
Yeah.
So when that report card came in the mail, you got to get to that mail first.
Yep. Yep.
And you see, that's the other thing. Like my mom was always working, so she wasn't involved in my schooling. She wasn't. Right. I mean, it was for you to manage, right?
Yeah.
Come home, do your homework, just make sure you do good in school. which is great. And that's why, like we said earlier, I wanted to change things up with our kids. So, we were involved in after school stuff, baseball, dance, whatever it was they were doing,
Right.
So.
Yeah, I mean, and I think more so nowadays, you have to be involved just because of all the social media and everything's different, dude. The bullying's different. The other day when we were at dinner, I said something about all kids need to be bullied, and two of the wives turned around and looked at me like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And what I mean by that is that there's a certain coping mechanism that you have to learn. Like, no matter how much of this cancel culture there is, no matter how much we want to coddle our kids, it's still that whole, the only the strong will survive. Only, that pecking order is still there. They're just different kind of cliques. And it was really kind of like we talked about, too, on 22 Jump Street or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about? The movie?
Yeah.
Where he walks in and he's the football player, and so he thinks he's the cool one, and it's the nerds that are cool. You know what I mean? Like, the world has really changed that way. It's not the same. The world views and all that are different. So we have to teach our kids differently, I guess. You know what I mean, is what I'm getting at. But like, I was talking to somebody. I was talking to a friend of mine too that had gone to college and was in a fraternity. And that brotherhood is fucking strong. And depending on what school you go to, it's even stronger. Like, say you went to UCLA, right? And you were in a fraternity there. Something happens, you end up losing your job or whatever. You can call any one of your and they'll find something they'll find a fucking job for you.
Yep.
Like, that's like, it's almost military-esque as to how much they're willing to help you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how far they're willing to go for you.
My buddy James, the same thing.
Yeah.
He's his fraternity, and they're the fraternities nationwide at all the colleges, and he's got the brand in his arm.
Oh, okay.
They branded him, and
Jesus.
he his job his job is he gets conventions to go to hold conventions in his city.
Right. Tourism, right.
Yeah. And, like, for example, John Deere. He's told me stories, and John Deere just pops up. That corporation, if they're having a convention for their employees to, talk about, he tries to get them to hold it in his city.
Okay.
Because, then they figure out rental rooms, the convention center, transportation. So it just brings revenue into the city.
Right.
That's what he does.
Okay.
And he told me one time that he was pitching the city to some company or whatever it was, and it's big business. I mean, people go to these companies and they, hold your next thing over here. And
right.
I mean, when he lived in Arizona, he got the Super Bowl to go to Arizona.
Wow.
That's that was his
deal.
Huh? So it's big. And he told me one time that after the meeting, somebody pulled him to the side and they have these secret
handshakes and shit, right?
Handshakes and codes, and they did that to each other. He goes, the dude told him, "I got you. We'll don't worry about it. We're gonna sign for you." And these are like, dude, they do these things for like 8 years down the line. Like in 2027, we'll be in your city for that one. That's how in advance. That's how far in advance these things are
planned out.
Yeah, and I've asked him. I said, "So what are these secret handshakes?" Or he's like, "I can't tell you." And he would not. I mean, as close as we are, he would not tell me what is his these little secret things that they do to
to let each other know.
Yeah,
wow,
it's a trip.
That's crazy. Yeah, well, we fucked up. We didn't go, so fuck it, Tony. Let's make up our own handshake. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I still get into a funk sometimes about it.
Yeah. Me too. I know that things would have been a lot easier. My life would have been a lot different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some of the woes and some of the hardships wouldn't be there, but fuck, it's led me to where we are right now.
Yeah,
And,
you know,
what I mean?
that's one of the things that my wife says. She's like, if things would have turned out different, then we might not be together.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not complaining. Trust me, but I live a pretty good life.
Right.
It's just I had to work hard for it.
Yeah, right?
I could have worked a lot easier.
Yeah.
And maybe been in the same position as all.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Sebastian, any final words? Any thoughts? You want a hug?
Nope, I'm good. I don't
I kiss you on the forehead?
Hold
need
on.
your fucking hugs. Don't hug me, Tony. Okay, he's hugging me.
Oh, get nice.
I'm glad he didn't kiss me.
Right? Tony, any final words?
No.
All right.
All right, cool.
You know what? I'm going to have to start writing them down because I feel like I forget sometimes, and I'm supposed to say.
Any birthdays that you have to give out? Any wedding anniversaries?
No, that'll be next week.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Rob's birthday is coming up on the 2nd of April. So, happy birthday, Rob, just in case I forget to do it next week.
Yeah, right.
Happy birthday, Rob.
I'll shout out Rob for having my back.
How's he have your back?
Huh? What is that? Huh? What do you mean?
Did I miss something?
Maybe.
Hold on.
What?
What are you talking about?
What am I talking about? I don't know. It's weird sometimes how things happen.
Maybe that's an off-air topic.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know. Is it? Fuck.
His first granddaughter, her birthday's the day before his. They almost had the same birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was he going to be upset about that one?
What you mean?
About having the same birthday?
missing it?
No, he would have loved to have that.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to Leia. She's gonna be how old is she gonna be? 3, maybe?
Well, and the new one that just came wasn't that far off of his birthday either.
The
Yeah.
new one.
Exactly.
All right, good talk, everybody.
Yeah. I'm just waiting on Tony to see if he had anything or not.
Oh.
I'm looking.
All right.
Hold on, give us a second.
Yeah, right. Ding, ding,
Waiting for
ding,
Tony
ding,
again.
Ding, 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 ding,
Hold
ding,
on.
ding,
I'm going through my notes,
ding,
making sure.
ding, 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 ding.
Oh, she's a week after actually.
Okay.
Not bad.
So we're good?
Still got some time on her. Anea, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We appreciate it. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.